So a couple of days ago now, we got the special announcement that a Nintendo Direct was coming. It took place last night here in the UK, and this video is really just for me to give my opinions and impressions on it. Really, it was a very exciting. I mean, obviously we haven't had a Direct for over a year and a half now, so it's what a lot of Nintendo fans have been looking forward to. For those of you who don't know, a Nintendo Direct is like a showcase or a collection of trailers that they like to put out every year to tell you what's coming in the future. So I'd say a couple of days ago, out of nowhere really, we got the news that a Direct was coming yesterday. I did watch it live last night. I made some notes on it here, and I just wanted to go through my opinions of the games that are coming up really. So start off with, we got a Super Smash Bros. Announcement. Pyra and Mythra have been announced from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It was a really good trailer, as always. They always are really good trailers when it comes to announcing new Smash Brothers characters. At first, actually, I thought it was going to be some kind of DLC for Xenoblade, or maybe even another game. I wasn't too sure. But it was later revealed it was going to be another Smash Brothers announcement. Obviously, it's very exciting for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 fans. I myself haven't actually got around to playing it yet. I've played the first quite a lot, and I love that game. So for all the people who love Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I think it's only a good thing. But as I say, not really for me. In my head, I actually thought it was going to be Crash Bandicoot. There's been a lot of rumours recently, especially with Crash Bandicoot coming out next month. The fourth one is coming out next month for the Switch, which I'm looking forward to. So part of me was kind of hoping for that. But as I say, it's good to see new characters there. I'll give him a go, see how he plays. I could do without the dodgy Brummy accent. If you watch the Direct, then you'll know what that's about. Some really dodgy accents in there, but yeah. So the next, I'm not going to go through every announcement. I'll go through sort of announcements that interest me. But the next one was Fall Guys that came next. Now I don't play too much PlayStation. I do have a PlayStation. I've got a 4. I'm still waiting on a 5. But when I do play on my PlayStation, Fall Guys is usually my go-to game. It's just so fun. It's just so cute. It's just a funny game, just to play with friends or play. It's just funny to watch it. If you've never played it before, it's literally like a battle royale. Almost like Takeshi's Castle. I don't know whether you ever saw Takeshi's Castle as a kid. It's just a load of people, well, a load of little creatures running towards a target or trying to do some sort of task. But I highly recommend it. I'm really looking forward to it coming out in, I think they said summer. I want to say summer. I'll edit it if it's not summer, but yeah. And then along came a couple of smaller, arguably smaller announcements. A game called Outer Wilds. From what I've seen, it's always been a very, very well received game on other platforms, so I'll be interested in giving it a go. The concept was I didn't really massively understand the concept. From what I understood, you've got 22 hours and you've got to try and find out as much as you can in those 22 hours before the world resets itself. And then you take what you've learned to your next playthrough, and then it just keeps going through until you find out what the game's all about. That was my understanding of the game. I thought the art style was really cool. It kind of gave me Subnautica vibes. If you've ever played Subnautica, but like a forest version of Subnautica. But that's cool, so I'm looking forward to that one. We also had Legend of Mana. They seem to be firing out Mana games recently. Now, Legend of Mana is not in the main series of the Mana games. It's like a spin-off from the main games, from my understanding. So that will be added to my list of games that I've got to get around to playing. There's a lot of them recently, so that'll definitely be on the list. A little bit later on, we got the Monster Hunter Rise, the new trailer for that. We got some new cutscenes and trailers. I actually thought it looked really cool. I thought the monsters looked really wicked. I thought the combat looked really cool, which, to be fair, for a game that's about combating monsters, be a bit rubbish if it didn't look very good, wouldn't it? So yeah, I was happy with the look of Monster Hunter Rise. Gave me a good feel for the game. And yeah, and also actually the new console and controller look amazing as well. I don't know if you saw that. I'll put a shot up of it now, but I think that looked really, really cool. So I'm definitely going to look at getting that controller. I don't think it warrants getting a new Switch, but I think the controller definitely is on my list of things to get. After that, we got Mario Golf, which I'm happy to see. I'm always happy to see a new Mario sports game. I think it's good that they keep bringing them out. In my opinion, it would have been nice to see like a Mario Strikers. If you ever played Mario Strikers, that's such a cool game. But I'll take golf. I actually quite enjoy golfing games, so it'll be interesting to see. I like the Joy-Con controller, sort of. Might be a bit of a gimmick, but it looks quite cool. Not too sure about the speed mode that they were going on about. I think that looks a bit... I don't know, not really what golf is about, is it, really? Sort of about chilling, taking it slow, trying to get the ball in the hole. So the speed mode was a bit odd, but we'll see how that goes. I'll hold my judgment until I play the game, but it does look a little bit frustrating, if anything. Very happy to see a story mode. I always like a story mode. As someone who plays a lot of single player games, I think story modes are always good. The one thing I will say though is one of my favourite games on the Switch, and a game which a lot of people really do enjoy, is Golf Story. I don't know if you've ever played Golf Story, but it's like an RPG golf game. So if Mario Golf can come out and be half as interesting as what that is, then I'll be very impressed. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we'll hear about Sports Story soon as well, which is the follow-up to Golf Story, which we've seen a reveal for, but still haven't seen. We still haven't got a release date, so I'm looking forward to that as well. So, there we go. A little bit later in the video, we got a bit more news about No More Heroes 3 with aliens. Bit of an Indiana Jones 4 vibes, which isn't great, is it? But hopefully it'll come out a little bit better than that. A couple of things I found a bit weird with that. First of all was the graphics. I think graphically it looks very similar to 1 and 2, which I suppose is probably what you would expect. But one thing that did catch my eye was when they said, oh, you're going to have to do odd jobs around the town to get into the tournament to defeat the aliens, as though that was like a new thing to this game, even though that's what they've been doing since the first one. So it looks to me as though they may be trying to bring in new players to No More Heroes. But, you know, I really enjoyed the first 2 games, so I'm going to go in with an open mind. And also, that artwork to highlight the game did look really cool. You know, the one with Travis and the alien sort of looking at each other. I thought that was really cool. I'd have that on my wall. Yeah, I was happy with that. And we had a little look at Miitopia, which is an old 3DS game which has been updated. If you want to put yourself and your friends in your own adventure, it's a bit of a different idea. Well, it was when it was on the 3DS, but it looks kind of cool. I never played it on the 3DS, so I might look at giving it a go. I'll probably have a look at what other people are saying about it. We're also getting a cool new Mario update for Animal Crossings. I think it looks really cool. I think the outfits in particular look amazing. And I'm really looking forward to putting those warp pipes at different parts of the island. I've sort of gone off Animal Crossing a little bit over the last couple of months, but I think that might drag me back in for a bit. I mean, we'll see. It might get a bit boring after a while, but yeah, we'll see. It should be kind of cool. The next game was Square Enix's sort of strategy, RPG, story-driven adventure. Looks very, very similar to Octopath Traveler, obviously the success of that has, I would imagine, has driven this game to be developed. The art style it's actually really cool, although as much as it looks like Octopath Traveler, which was a good game, I do really like the art style. I think it looks pretty. I've actually got the special edition, you know, with the pop-up book. I'll show it in a later video, but it looks really cool. Obviously at the minute it's called Project Triangle Strategy. So, but it does say working title, but I really hope they don't leave it as Project Triangle Strategy. I feel like they could have just come up with another, like just come up with this name and said we change it later, but that just sounds ridiculous, but we'll see. There is a demo for that available now as well, so if you go onto the eShop now, you should be able to play the game, and then apparently they're going to be sending out feedback forms, a bit like they did with Daemon X Machina. I don't know how I feel about that really. I feel as though if you're developing a game, I don't want to be involved in the development. I just want to see what happens at the end of it. It's a bit annoying to get a taster of a game which is half finished. I'd rather sort of get it at the end. But I suppose if it makes a game better, then I guess it can be a good thing. So we'll see. Then there was an official announcement of Star Wars Hunters. There was no gameplay or anything. It was literally just a logo on the screen. But it's Star Wars, so I will give it a go when it comes out. And that's going to sort of come some point this year, which I was quite surprised about since we didn't get any gameplay. I thought we'd maybe see a little bit of it. But as I say, it's a Star Wars game, so we'll give it a go. Hades is getting a physical release, which is really cool. I've got a video coming out actually in the next few weeks on Supergiant Games, which is the developer of that. So I'm going to be looking at Hades, I'm going to be looking at Transistor and Bastion, and talk about it on the Switch, because I think they're such cool developers. And I think every game they've done so far is so unique. So that's coming on March the 19th. Obviously, if you only want to pick up the digital version, then that's out now. But if for a physical collector, and I like having physical games, I'm looking forward to getting that, and that's something I'll probably pick up on day one. We also got announced a Ninja Gaiden Master Collection, which I'm looking forward to. I've never played a Ninja Gaiden game, which my autocorrect has put as Ninja Gaiden game. Ninja Gaiden. So that's a Master Collection, so that's 1, 2 and 3 on June the 10th. I think it looks really cool. I honestly haven't really heard much about Ninja Gaiden. I know it's got a big fan base. I mean, it must have done to have all these games anyway. So yeah, I'm going to pick Ninja Gaiden up. I'm looking forward to that. Next one was an expansion pack for Hyrule Warriors. That'll be interesting to see. And that's sort of being released spuriously throughout 2021. And then the screen went black. We all got excited. And then this man appeared. And then underneath it said, Legend of Zelda producer. And you could feel the sense, the sigh, thinking, yes, Breath of the Wild 2 announcements are on its way. Thankfully, can't wait, yeah. And then he sort of comes out with a really mistimed, ill-timed joke where he was like, oh, you're all expecting Breath of the Wild 2. Well, you're not getting it. And there was a collective, ooh, it's rubbish, innit? Like, I think that's what everyone's been waiting for a long, long time. In the end, it was a HD remaster of Skyward Sword, which was the Wii Zelda game. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be quite good. I know a lot of people didn't like the use of how you could only play with the Wii remotes back on the Wii. So it's nice that they've made it accessible so that you can use the buttons now, with the right stick being used as as the sword. So that'll be really cool. I think it'll be good. Hopefully it'll shed some new light on that game and it'll get a little bit more love. I also know a lot of people were expecting to get like a triple pack, a bit like Mario All Stars, but instead getting a Zelda All Stars, what with it being the anniversary. I'm still sort of holding out hope for that. I still sort of think they're going to do something Zelda-esque. They did so much for Mario, it seems odd that they would completely ignore Zelda. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more Zelda-themed things. A Zelda-themed Switch would be cool. I know they've got the controllers, which again look really, really cool. I'm going to be spending a lot of money on controllers this year. What with a Monster Hunter Pro controller and the Zelda Joy-Cons. But yeah, I thought the Zelda Joy-Cons were really, really cool. I really like them. I like the blue. I like the little Master Sword symbol. I think that's really cool. So yeah, actually, all in all, I was alright with it. So it's one of those things, isn't it? And then the last announcement of the day. Now, I'm not a massive Splatoon fan. I know there's a lot of people in the world that love Splatoon. Splatoon 2 is in like the top 5 or 6 best-selling games on the Nintendo Switch. So people must love the game. But I was never a massive fan. I'm not very good at Battle Royale games. So Splatoon 3 kind of came a little bit out of left field. It just seems to me as though they keep bringing out these, not even trailers, these like just the titles of, oh, we've got Splatoon 3 on the way. We're still waiting on things like Metroid. We're waiting on the new Zelda. We're waiting on Bayonetta 3, which I cannot wait for, and really hope to see that in this direct. But still nothing. I'd much rather see an update on those games at the minute than see like just the Splatoon 3 is coming in 2022. You know, it's quite a long way off yet. Actually, I was telling my friends last night, I sort of hoped that when Inkling girl or boy, I can't remember now. Anyway, I sort of hope that they were on that little train. I thought they might be going to like a racetrack, and then it was actually Mario Kart 9. That would have been amazing. How cool would that have been? But it wasn't to be. As I say, Splatoon 3. I guess maybe it might be like an easier game to develop than these other games. I don't really know, but it seems odd that they would bring out a Splatoon 3 so close after Splatoon 2 when we're still waiting on all these other games. So we'll wait and see. But so overall, yeah, I actually quite enjoyed the Direct. I thought it was a bit meh. Like there was nothing that really was like, whoa, God, it looks like a Metroid trilogy. Oh, that'd be amazing. Or, you know, like a new Mario game or Mario Kart 9 or a Zelda trilogy. There was nothing that really massively stood out for me. That's not saying that the games haven't stood out for you, but for me it was just a bit, yeah. Obviously, I understand the situation that we're in at the minute. Developers are not in the same place as what they were, you know, a couple of years ago. It might be harder to develop these kind of things. I'm just hoping that the second half of the year is a little bit more exciting for Nintendo Switch games. I'm sort of hoping that towards E3, what would have been E3, I don't know whether that'll go this year, I doubt it. But I sort of hope there's another Nintendo Direct that comes out with a few big hitters for Christmas. But we'll wait and see. If you enjoyed my video, please subscribe, hit the like button. I've got a couple of videos coming up in the next 2 weeks. My next one is for Super Mario 3D World. I need to review that. I've played most of my way through that, so really enjoying it. So I'm looking forward to reviewing that for you. As I say, I've got the Super Giant video coming up. Yeah, and I'll just keep bringing out videos when I can be bothered, really. I'm not going to give you a timeline. So. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot, and I will see you in the next video.